Hey everybody, I am the Gerbil and I am excited today. Welcome to my video. I think this is going to be a really good one. It is not a kit reveal that you're used to because I don't want to just repeat what you already know. So I hope you stick with me because I'm going to do 4 things in this video and I think it's going to be really entertaining and worth your while. And I'm going to do some speculation, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I have a great track record. I predicted Scout Trooper, I predicted Leia, I predicted Profundity. All of these way before a lot of people. Sorry to boast. I don't mean to do that, actually, so I'm going to back that up. Stick with me, though, because I think everyone's wrong about GL Leia's kit, and I think it's because people are missing something critical in Drogan's kit. Rather, something that's not in Drogan's kit. Let's get started, shall we? So first up, Drogan dropped. Here's his kit. Oh my goodness, I cannot see it. Let's put on some glasses. Woo! Ouch, there we go. So I'm not going to read his whole kit to you. I know you've probably watched Arnold and Calvin Awesome and other people, and you've probably seen the kit. So what I do want to do is point out some themes and some, I would say, the highlights, the bullet points, okay? So obviously, Drogan's going to spread burning. He's got a synergy with burn. He's applying this new buff called Keen Stratagem. So just skim down here, something that's worth noting. CG is trying very hard to say many times over again that you do not need to dismantle your CLS team to run GL Leia. So we can take CLS and we can assume that that team is not going to be here. So no Han Solo, no Chewbacca, no Chupio, etc. Okay, cool. They say that Drogan is going to work well with Saw Gerrera and Mon Mothma. Okay, I hope so. Saw needs some love. But let's assume that Drogan's going to stay with Saw. So what are we going to do with that? Okay, bottom line here, addition to the GL team, along with a certain beep beep boop boop beep 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 beep, that's R2D2. I mean, there's no doubt about this. So R2D2, Drogan, and GL Leia are the only 3 we know 100%. Some people have said already in their videos that it's confirmed that it's going to be Old Ben and Kanan. I'm going to come back to that. Hold your thought, because that's not what I think is happening. All right, the next chunk of text on the official kit reveal, only thing I want to highlight here is that we got a marquee coming tomorrow, August 31st, probably when you're watching this. The rest of this doesn't matter. There's another bit of text here just answering questions. Is GL Leia a tank, a rebel tank? And they're saying definitively, yes, she's a rebel tank. Interesting what they say, that she is a non-taunting tank, and that immediately made me think of Teebo. I was like, hey, what up? Teebo is a tank that does not taunt, he's hard to kill, and he goes into stealth. And they have repeatedly emphasized that GL Leia is going to be a priority target that is hard to take out. How do you prevent people from killing your characters in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes? Well, you put them into stealth. That's one of the easiest ways. Damage immunity is great, of course, but stealth is also great, because if you can't target them, you can't hit them. So if she's a tank, she's going to be beefy theoretically, hard to kill, a high priority, so everyone wants to kill her. So how do you protect her? You stealth her. Interesting. All right, let's move on. Thank you for pointing that out, Teebo. You're awesome. Go away. All right, hey, oh, Teebo's sticking around. Look at that. Here's our basic on Drogan. If it's Drogan's turn, he stuns on basic. That's pretty cool. You know what stun is kind of like? It's kind of like removing people's turn meter. And that's what Teebo does on his basic. And you know what else? That's what R2D2 does on his basic. He stuns. So between Drogan, between Teebo, and R2D2, our basics are stunning and removing turn meter. Interesting. But anyway, Teebo, go away. Thank you. It's time for you to leave. Okay, our fire support special. Fire? Yes, Teebo. I said fire in a forest. I know. Nuts, right? You know who else burns? R2D2. So, bottom line, it says if target enemy was already burning, inflicted on a random enemy. So we're going to be spreading a lot of burn between Drogan's burn and R2D2's burn. There's going to be a lot of burn out there. I'm just a lot of burn, okay? The rest of this special is irrelevant. Drogan's kit is actually quite boring in this regard. So let's move on. Teebo, go away. Dude, you're sticking around, huh? You like potency, do you? Well, let's see what Special 2 Battle Plan does. Dispels all debuffs on target other ally. That's good. And allies with Keen Stratagem. So Drogan's going to spread this buff, Keen Stratagem, and with this special, he's going to dispel them if they have it. So that's good. It eventually becomes a team-wide dispel. That's good. Keen Stratagem is interesting. It cannot be copied, dispelled, or prevented. So once you've got it, you've got it. And this special is going to call all allies with Keen Stratagem to assist. That's pretty cool. So eventually, this will be a mass swarm. So again, if he calls this on his turn, he'll stun the enemy. If it's resisted or something, then R2 could stun him. That's interesting. Cool. What does Keen Stratagem do, though? It gives you 25% offense and 25% potency. Oh, Teebo, that's why you said you like potency. Stratagem gives you potency. Cool. Okay, move on. Go away, Teebo. Dude, you are persistent. Where's my Omicron? So here's the unique, and this is where things really start to become interesting and why I think people are wrong about both Old Ben and Kanan. So first thing we got to point out, Drogan has potency. Cool. Whenever his turn meter is reduced, so something is going to reduce his turn meter, he's going to recover 20% protection and 60% offense. This is going to stack up his offense, but it's only for one turn. Now, I had assumed when I read this that this would be the enemy, and now I'm thinking, no, it's actually going to be Leia. I think she's going to reduce turn meter on her own team, saying, whoa, whoa, hold back, wait for the moment, exercising leadership. That makes sense. Next paragraph. At the start of battle, Drogan gains Keen Stratagem till the end of the battle. Nice. So he's going to get that 25% offense and potency. Okay, skip on down. Stats from Keen Stratagem are doubled for Rebel allies. So in fact, he's not gaining 25% offense or potency. He's gaining 50% offense and 50% potency. That's pretty nifty. Jump down to the pink. While in grand arenas, that's why Teebo wants one, Drogan's going to gain 50% max health. That's good. A little bit of survivability is good. At the start of battle, if the ally blah, 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 at the start of his turn, he dispels all debuffs from a random ally. It's random, right? And recovers health and protection. Okay, cool. So we're going to be spreading a lot of Keen Stratagem, and they're going to have 25% bonus offense and 50% offense, 50% potency. But they're not going to be rebels. Because did you see it? Or did you see what was not there, rather? Let's look at the most recent character, light side character to come to the game. Do you see what's not in the kit? In Drogan's kit in particular? Let me highlight it and it'll become real apparent. Nisa says, dispel all debuffs on all Ewok allies. Call target Ewok ally to assist. All Ewok allies gain critical chance. What does Drogan say? Dispel all debuffs on target ally. If target ally didn't already have Keen Stratagem. Call all allies with Keen Stratagem. Target other ally and allies with Keen Stratagem. It does not say rebel. This is actually really important. Ewok Elder revives anybody on his team. It doesn't say Ewok. Right? Certain characters are very specific to their faction or their light side, dark side, or whatever. Starkiller requires an unaligned force shield, requires a Jedi, right? Drogan's kit mentions ally or allies, I think 16 times. Only 3 of them target rebels, and they are minimal add-ons. It's like, it's the last line, right? Like in this one in red. If target ally is rebel, they recover 30% protection. Okay. That's not going to make or break anything, really. I mean, seriously, if you're relying on that, you're in trouble. The other mentions of Rebel in his kit are all specific to them being a Rebel tank ally, which was, of course, Leia. We know this. CG has definitively said that in writing already. So, if you look at other recent character kits, and I encourage you to go do so, they are faction-specific out the wazoo. The new Scout Trooper is faction-specific. If he is the only character who applies Emperor's Trap, I think. If the leader is Imperial Remnant. If out their butt. It is consistently faction or conditional. But Drogan consistently says target ally with Keen Stratagem. So everyone says we're going to get these guys. And I'm like, bro, no, they're dead. Old Ben died in A New Hope. Oh man, spoiler. I am so sorry, folks. Spoiler. let's just move on. Pretend that didn't happen. CG has also been working really, really hard to improve thematics. If you don't believe me, just look at Crate Raid and how you're limited to the factions that can be there. They've rounded out a Tusken squad, not with a Jawa, but with 5 full Tuskens. They brought in Captain Rex, who was in Rebels, to improve the Phoenix squad. They are really working on thematics, getting away from the days of Revan with Jedi Knight Luke, which just is bizarre. So if we continue in this fashion, and we have an indoor-themed GL Leia with a indoor original character standing in front of a broken ATST, which, watch the movie, none of those were brought down by Rebels. And we know that R2D2 is there, then what we have is 3 of 5 characters right out of Endor. Who lived on Endor? Leia reflects damage that is dealt to her allies. You need tanks. That's why people are probably also pointing to Old Ben and Kanan. Paploo has one of the best health and protection recoveries in the game. Every single status effect, buff, debuff, he recovers both 5% health and 5% protection. And it gets even better when you start looking at the other things that happen there in both Drogan's kit and what is likely to happen with Leia and R2 passing around buffs as he does. At least foresight and stealth, right? There's 10% of both right there. Paploo goes into stealth, he dispels stealth, he gains taunt. That's 10% health and potency protection recovery. Wicket, you cannot have an indoor Leia without Wicket. Hot Toys knows this when they released their $250 collectible piece. Kenner knows this as they are sold together in Black Series. Everybody in the world knows this. These two characters are inseparable. If CG does not include a Wicket callout, I feel like I would be so angry that I would quit the game, at least temporarily. I'm going to be really, really livid. I will try not to make a video about that. Leia's going to give Ewoks a rebel tag. She literally recruits them into the battle, and that is assigning a rebel tag. Hey, you came fight for us. You are rebels too. Congratulations. If you don't believe me, you need to rewatch Return of the Jedi. And I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong, but you can see I'm really enthusiastic about this. But if you actually paid attention in Return of the Jedi, you remember this scene right here? Luke and his entourage, they're all caught in a net, right? Chewbacca saw meat, he went for it. Look in the top right corner there. There's an Ewok right there, and you know who's about to pop out of the bush? Teebo, baby. There's Teebo. Yes, that's Teebo. Right there, right there. That's Teebo. You see him? I can't see my arms. Ah! That's Teebo. 40 Ewoks literally snuck up on Jedi Knight Luke. C-3PO with his whatever he has. R2D2 with all of his sensors. By the way, that might have been Nisa. We're not sure. All of his sensors, like R2D2 had proximity sensors, sound sensors, radar, you name it. He's got it all. All these Ewoks sneak up on a Jedi Knight, on droids, and on Chewbacca, who's the alpha predator on his planet. They didn't sense, none of them smelled, saw, heard, sensed 40 Ewoks. Why? What does this say? It means that stealth is important, both in Endor and likely in the kits. Next scene. If you don't remember, the rebels actually lost the battle on Endor. They lost. They were all rounded up, held at gunpoint, and disarmed. Leia was disarmed, Chewie was disarmed, Han was disarmed, the few soldiers, rebels that were still alive were disarmed. They lost the battle, which means any success that an Endor Leia has thematically would have to have Ewok support. Okay, one more video here. You might also remember this moment in the movie. Leia and Wicket are sitting there on the bench, they befriend each other, she gives something to eat, and then suddenly Wicket's like, whoa, what's going on? And Leia's like, what? See, she's oblivious, and she would have just had her head blown off if it wasn't for Wicket, again, saving her. Then Wicket has the wherewithal to say, yeah, I'm not poking my head up over there and look around to see who's sniping at me. I'm going to climb under here. So the stormtrooper pops up, and then while she is once again captured and being disarmed, Wicket is like, okay, I'm waiting for the other one to leave, and then I'm going to poke this boy in the leg so that she can hit him with a stick and kill him somehow through the armor. Anyway, the point is, once again, Wicket saves her. High priority target, saved by the Ewok. Seriously, CG, if you don't make this synergy happen in this team, then you are really pooping on both George Lucas's vision, Return of the Jedi, and every fan who got into Star Wars because I was a 6 or 10-year-old boy watching this and fell in love with Ewoks. Give us our moment. Anyway, thank you for watching, boys and girls. Let me know how wrong I am in the comments, or if you agree. Give me a like and thumbs up no matter what. I do appreciate it. And I'll catch you all later on the holotables. Bye-bye.